Hello and welcome. This is the Greenbrier Valley Church of the Nazarene with your daily devotion for Friday, April the 22nd. Today we are reading from the book of Acts, chapter 17, and we will read verses 1 through 9. Here's the word of the Lord. When Paul and his companions had passed through Amphipolis and Apollonia, they came to Thessalonica, where there was a Jewish synagogue. As was his custom, Paul went into the synagogue, and on 3 Sabbath days he reasoned with them from the Scriptures, explaining and proving that the Messiah had to suffer and rise from the dead. This Jesus I am proclaiming to you is the Messiah, he said. Some of the Jews were persuaded and joined Paul and Silas, as did a large number of God-fearing Greeks and quite a few prominent women. But other Jews were jealous, so they rounded up some bad characters from the marketplace, formed a mob, and started a riot in the city. They rushed to Jason's house in search of Paul and Silas in order to bring them out to the crowd. But when they did not find them, they dragged Jason and some other believers before the city officials, shouting, "These men who have caused trouble all over the world have now come here, and Jason has welcomed them into his house. They are all defying Caesar's decree, saying there is another king, one called Jesus." When they heard this, the crowd and the city officials were thrown into turmoil. Then they made Jason and the others post bond and let them go. And that is the word of the Lord. The article today is titled "Perseverance Despite Opposition," and it's written by Dana Porter. Here's what Dana writes. The Jewish leaders were displaying jealousy and pride. It doesn't sound like they were very good leaders. A good leader is honest and self-controlled. The Jewish leaders needed to hear Paul's future message telling the Galatians, Galatians 5, chapter 5, verses 22 and 23, that if they would allow the Holy Spirit to control their lives, they would produce the fruits of the Spirit: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, faithfulness, gentleness, and self-control. Not only were they jealous and prideful, these Jewish leaders went out and had gathered bad characters from the marketplace to cause a riot and attack Jason's house, where Paul and Silas had been staying. Let's add danger to others to their list of corrupt actions and unethical character traits. To punish Paul and Silas, the Jewish leaders also had to concoct charges against them so the city government would agree to hear the charges. Sounds an awful lot like not telling the whole truth. Paul and Silas persevered despite the jealousy, pride, and opposition being displayed by the Jewish leaders. They did not put their faith in the political and religious leaders of that time. How can we persevere when we do not have full faith in the leadership around us? The hymn is titled "Trust and Obey" by John H. Sammis. While we do his good will, he abides with us still, and with all who will trust and obey. And from the book of James, chapter 1, verse 12. Blessed is the one who perseveres under trial, because, having stood the test, that person will receive the crown of life that the Lord has promised to those who love him. And that is your daily devotion for Friday, April the 22nd. Have a blessed day.